is the North End. This is the North End.
Hey guys, JP California coming at you guys from a miserable Sunday. Had a really bad Saturday morning with the EPL kickoff when it came to Aston Villa. But here at the North End, it doesn't matter if we lose 5-1. The Villa fans will always get you guys a recap of the game. Apparently United fans won't sometimes, but Villa fans will. Even if we get dismantled, even if we look like hogwash, even if, I don't know. It was bad. But before we get started on this quick recap, please like and subscribe. Us here at the North End, we need your love and support. And just to start off, we are going to be changing from the 5 things that we learned to the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we are transitioning our segments, our game reviews to the good, the bad, and the ugly. It makes me forced to find something I really like, so I'm forced to find something I really hate, and forced me to find something that just wasn't good enough. So we're going to make that transition. If you guys like that transition, please comment below. If you do not like it, please comment below. Tell me, go back to the 5 things. I just felt like at the end of last season, the 5 things got a little repetitive, and I don't want to be repetitive. I want to find things that are a little bit more surefire and switch it up after every game. But before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my editor, Paul, for doing all of these. Thank you, Paul. You are a champion. You are number 1. And if you guys haven't seen, Luke just did a video. Please check it out. Now, without any further ado, let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Aston Villa lost 5-1 against Newcastle away from home. Damn, that's a terrible way to start the season. But let's get started with the good. And I have to scratch my head because I needed something good. The good is that our forward line looks pretty decent, right? Diaby gets his first goal in the first game of the season. He looked dangerous throughout. He served up a second one for Ollie Watkins that just went wide. Ollie Watkins looked deadly and decisive as always. He looks really good and sharp, and those two together look like they are bonding well. We had 16 shots as a team, so our offense was definitely clicking, and we had over an 85% pass accuracy given to us by Who Scored rating. So for me, the offense was really clicking. The way we were transitioning from midfield into attack and with the ball going at Newcastle, a very strong team, a very big team, we did really well. So the good is offense doing well, got us a goal, got us back in the game when we were 1-0 down, and honestly we should have had another one when Matty Cash missed an open sitter and he was off balance, didn't seem to get the right touch and just laced it over. Let's go to the bad. The bad for me is Tyrone Mings' injury. You know it's bad when one of your ex-captains, kind of next guy up for the captaincy, is crying on the field. You know it's bad when he's being carted off. You know it's bad when players are getting mixed up and it doesn't look solid without him. You know it's bad when you're going to lose somebody of that importance. And the bad thing about this game was the Tyrone Mings injury for sure. Everyone's saying it's an ACL tear or an ACL injury of some sort. Hopefully not a rupture, hopefully not a tear. But he's had something like this already. Being 30 years old, I am really worried that this could potentially be a game changer for him. He might not come back the player he was for us ever. And he's been with us for quite some time now. And I really rate Tyrone Mings. I think he's a great center back. I know he has defensive lapses, but he is dominant in the air. And he's a leader. And without him, I really am worried. There was a stat put up right after the game that said, without Tyrone Mings, Aston Villa, out of 12 games, Aston Villa has won 1. And that is a damning statistic, and one we are going to find out very soon because he is not going to be back for a while. And so for that is the bad in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tyrone, if you ever see this, dude, I hope you do well. I hope you recover well, and just know all of the Aston Villa fan base is behind you. We all really respect you and support you and want you back quickly but well. So take care of yourself, both mentally and physically. And the ugly, and the good, the bad, and the ugly was not the score line, but how we gave up the goals. It was our defensive tactics. Emery on occasion likes to play a high back line. We played it and we got slaughtered. And to me, it wasn't ugly because we gave up 5 goals. It was ugly because after the third goal, it was very obvious the high back line was killing us against players like Isak, against players of their speed that they have up top, and we didn't change it. We went to 3 at the back. We moved Matt Cash around. We brought in Carlos. We brought in Pau Torres when Mings got injured, who I believe is slower than Tyrone Mings. And we did not change the defensive tactic. We kept a high line when they introduced Harvey Barnes. We kept a high line when Isak just ran at Konza and dispossessed him, which was a terrible, terrible error on Konza. We did not change tactics once defensively, and for me, that is a really damning thing. I'm worried because Unai Emery, who is a masterful tactician, he should have seen this and he should have changed it at halftime. He should have changed it at halftime because that exact high back line is how Tyrone Mings got pulled wide and destroyed his ACL. And you know what? You can't leave center backs alone in those positions because they're getting pulled apart. And he didn't change it. Now, do I have faith in Unai Emery? Yes. But was that problematic? Hell yeah. Did that give me a little bit of an eye-opener? Yes. And every other fan should have a wonder, a concern that this high line is played again. We've seen it time and time again. We played against Liverpool and it killed us. We've seen it against other games and it's really bad. And yet, when he first came in, it wasn't a high line. It was drop off early. Outside players drop into a defense. We almost played like a 6-2-2, whatever. Like, that's how it was. And so I don't understand why we're playing a high line against a very fast Newcastle, a very powerful Newcastle team. One where each of their center mids can take like four steps and they're 30 yards. Why are we playing that high line? That was ugly to me. The result was ugly to me, and how we gave up. And near the end, it almost looked like we quit. And that's ugly. That was really concerning to me. So that's our good, bad, and ugly. The good is Diaby and our offense. The bad was Tyrone Mings' terrible injury. And the ugly was the defensive tactics that didn't change and resulted in a walloping 5-1 loss. That puts Newcastle in first place and us fiercely in last place by goal differential. And while positions in the table don't matter, it's not a start off that we wanted. Many Villa fans were hopeful. Maybe some of them thought we were going to lose. No one thought we were going to lose like that. Guys, JP California coming at you guys from the North End. Please like and subscribe. Give me comments. Tell me if you like the good, bad, and ugly format, or if you want me to go back to the 5 things format. We can do either one, but I'm not switching it back and forth. I want you to tell me, and that way we can figure out what we're going to do, and we can do it for the rest of the season. Please like and subscribe. Get after us. Give us comments. Give me more comments than the freaking Man U guys. Come on, guys. Get after it. JP California signing out.
This is the North End. This is the North End.